Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video of Happy Life. Well, in continuation of our course on time management, this is our second video. Well, in our first video, I want to just say you that if you haven't gone through our first video, kindly go through it. It's about a person called Suresh who is not able to manage time properly. I hope those who have gone through that, you had a thought on what are the practical problems we face every day with respect to time management. I hope you would have thought of some simple solutions, some tweaking in his daily schedule so that his time gets properly managed and he achieves what he wanted to. Well, in the second video, we'll further deliberate on some of the importance, some of the thoughts, mindset about time management. Well, as we have seen in that video of Suresh, many people like him would be thinking that I'm all time busy, very busy. I don't have time. Sometimes we wish we had more than 24 hours a day so that we could get more work done in our life. Sometimes people think also like we missed doing important things in our life, or sometimes we feel that we haven't achieved much in this year, or quite often I don't have any control over my life. Finally, I'm not happy with my life. Well, these are all common problems or common thoughts that come to us with respect to or in relation to time management, because it's a common problem faced by almost all people, even very successful people who manage their time effectively. Sometimes that happens. So I hope in this course, after you go through this course, all these problems would be somewhat solved, and you'll have a clearer vision in your life or a new sense of fulfillment in your life while managing your time effectively and more productively, and more importantly, having a satisfied and contented life. There's a famous figure in time management that is, just think of time as money. It's like somebody gives you, or God comes to you and says, I will give you something. Like a very rich person comes to you and says that I'll give you every day $86,400 every day. The thing is, you have to spend it. You cannot bank it, you cannot save it for tomorrow or for later. You have to spend it. Just think how happy or how impatient you would be to make best use of that money, those $86,400. When you think that it won't come to you again tomorrow, or it cannot be saved, you have to anyway spend it, you will spend it, and you'll spend it like there is no tomorrow. You'll find your bucket list, what you wanted to do in your life, or everything that you wished for, and make sure every penny or every unit of that money, every dollar gets spent to its maximum usage. So this is how we think about money. We are very miser. We don't allow anything to be wasted because it is very hard to get. But perhaps if we convert our mindset, if you change your mindset, just shift it from money to time, well, that 86,400 figure is nothing but number of seconds per day we get in our entire 24 hours a day. But if we think right now that those seconds just passes away, we cannot save it for tomorrow, we cannot bank it, we have to anyway spend it, and that's a gift from God or gift from nature. We have to spend it. But are we thinking anything similar to that we think of money? Probably a very much big no. We just spend it casually. We don't even consciously think that something is going on, something is passing away. And with time, after some years, after 2-3 decades, when you grow old, when you look back at your life, we realize that how great that gift was. It was far greater than those $86,400, which we call it as money, because perhaps it can be earned in your life, but time, it cannot be reversed. You cannot get it back. So this is how, just think for a while. If you change your mindset, if you think time as money, how would you think of it? How would you feel? or how would you manage it? How would you think of on what important things I would spend it or I would use it? I hope in this mindset, if you think, most of the problems, you start becoming miser. You start becoming conscious of time. So friends, just start thinking of time as good as money, or as good as money. Just have this mental exercise of thinking of time like or similar to money. Well, there is a famous author called Kevin Kruse. In his book 15 Secrets of Successful People Know About Time Management, he has said something like this, that a lot of people were disturbing him, or a lot of people were asking for advice, help, or that very common just a minute problem or just a minute advice. And those just a minute advice were never just a minute. They're always something like 15 to 30 minutes. So he says that after getting so many requests of those just a minute advice, just a minute meetings, he finally thought that he's giving away his all important time for other priorities. What about his priority? What about his work in his office? Everything gets washed away. So what he did, he wrote something like, or he printed a number, not 86,400, he printed like 1440, that is 1440, on a A4 size paper, big bold Arial with maximum font size that could be accommodated in that paper, and pasted on his door. Just that number, just that 1440 figure, and nothing else. So after doing this activity, he realized that whoever comes to his office or into his room, he sees that figure of 1440, and of course they ask, what exactly is that? And those people who came into his room with that quite often used word, that is just, do you have just a minute, or quite often abused phrase like, do you have just a minute, when they come inside and ask what exactly is that figure of 1440, why you have pasted that, then he explains that I have only 1440 minutes in a day, and I make sure that every minute of it get used in best possible way. So when he says this 2 or 3 lines, and that other do you have just a minute person, he ensures that he doesn't waste his time. And quite often many people just leave his room after knowing how much importance that person or Mr. Kevin Kruse gives to his time. Sometimes they say that the other person says that, okay, I'll be meeting later, or sometimes they feel that perhaps it's not worth that subject talking with me or talking with him and wasting his very precious time. When people know that you respect your time, they tend not to disturb you. They tend to meet you only if there is really some value or some very important or valuable work that is with you. So this also tip that make sure other people know that you value your time. If people start knowing that you have a lot of time, they'll come and disturb you and take all your time and take your time for granted. Respect your time. So my point is, finally, when you think of time or give time as a number, when you start feeling time, he says that, as we discussed, when you think time as if you're spending money, that 86,400 seconds, here Kevin Kruse says that don't think of seconds, because seconds perhaps you'll not be able to feel or experience so easily as a human. It slips away fast. So when you convert that seconds into numbers like 1440 or 14,040 minutes per day, you start experiencing minutes. It becomes quite easy for us to experience minutes instead of seconds. So he says that think of what things that you can do in a minute. Start experiencing those 1440 minutes in your day. So here's the question: after you have this mental exercise of experiencing those 1440 minutes, visualizing those 1440 minutes or planning those 1440 minutes, how did you felt experiencing this 1440 minutes, and how would your life change if you start experiencing this 1440 minutes in your life? So friends, this is what you have to cover in this video. Just a thing like you have to experience time as if you're spending money, and have some numbers to experience time, that 1440 figure. Start thinking of what you can do with those 1440 minutes per day. So that's it, friends. I hope this video was second video of time management was quite useful. If you found it useful, please like it, share it, and please subscribe to this channel Happy Life for getting more of such videos and to complete this time management course. So till our next video, see you again. Thank you.